Argies, I love you. I love you, right? I do. I really do. You're a very passionate people, right? I love Goku too, right? I love Dragon Ball Z as well. However, you need to drop it, man. You need to drop it. Falklands dispute may last decades, Argentina president. What a shame. What a shame. Big Malay. Who I'm right. I like Malay. I still really like him. He went at the wall. He went at the wall. Okay. Nobody's perfect. Right. However, he is adopting the libertarian economic model in an actual country. It's being tested, it's now being tested in the field, and I would like to see the outcome of that. That's the bit I'm still most excited about. However, he's a big memer, and I do like him, but I really wish he didn't kiss the ring as much as he is. But anyway, Argentina's president, Javier Milei, says he accepts the Falkland Islands are currently in the hands of the UK, as was decided by a referendum. Like, basically, after the Falkland War, they decided, look, let's just let the islanders vote on what country they want to be a part of, which is part of libertarianism. Communities have the right to self-determination, and it was something like 96% of them voted to stay in the United Kingdom, which is impressive because there was only like 30 people on the islands, right? So basically that's what happened. And then it's okay, they become part of Britain then. I mean, if they want to have another referendum, they can, right? But whatever. In an interview with the BBC, the right-wing politician, it's been downgraded from far right now. The benefits of kissing the wall, vowed to get the islands back through diplomatic channels, but said there was no instant solution. His language on the status of the Falklands is different from past leaders who have historically maintained that the islands are Argentine. But if you ask the people that live on the Falklands that, they'll give you a different answer. President Milei admitted that it could take decades to try and gain sovereignty of the Falkland Islands from the UK, and said Argentina does not seek conflict. It comes after he promised a roadmap for the islands to become Argentine on the 42nd anniversary of the Falklands War in early April. He had criticised politicians who beat their chest demanding sovereignty of the islands, but without any result. The UK and Argentina went to war over the British overseas territory, known as Las Malvinas in Argentina, which it will be called over my dead fucking body, in 1982. The invasion claimed the lives of 255 British servicemen, 3 islanders, and 649 Argentinian personnel. Get absolutely fucking ratioed, my boy. A lot of people forget that the French were actually selling the RGs, the Exocet rockets that they were using to attack British soldiers in the British Navy. A lot of people forget that, but President Milei praised Margaret Thatcher, who was the UK Prime Minister during the Falklands War. He was speaking in his presidential palace office, in which there was some Margaret Thatcher memorabilia on a display table. Alright, curious, but anyway, elsewhere sat a photograph of a former Argentine president with the Rolling Stones, a bust sculpture of himself, and a water bottle with his photograph on it. Like, he's so lovable. Why did he have to make the trip? Why did he have to do it? Lady Thatcher ordering the torpedoing of the Argentine naval cruiser, the General Belgrano, during the war, resulted in the deaths of 323 people on board. Oosh, nah. I'm kidding on, I'm joking. War's terrible. War's awful. Asked if he still admired her, President Milei said, criticising someone because of their nationality or race is very intellectually precarious. Not true. I do it all the fucking time. I have heard lots of speeches by Margaret Thatcher. She was brilliant, so what's the problem? He probably likes her for all the statements that she made against socialism, because Margaret Thatcher, one of the most famous quotes is, the problem with socialism is eventually you run out of other people's money. Which is, I don't know if that was originally her, but it's a phrase that she's very well known for saying. Argentina has long claimed sovereignty over the islands in the southwest Atlantic Ocean, 300 miles off its coast and 8,000 miles from the UK. There is a plaque of them displayed in a courtyard of the presidential palace in Buenos Aires. The UK's Foreign Secretary, Lord Cameron, visited the islands in February and said their sovereignty was not up for discussion. Because, I mean, tough. If the islanders don't want it, then no, you don't get to do it. I mean, you can try to convince them. You can convince them if they want to join your nation, but see, to be honest, fucking just go full fucking North Korea. Say fuck Britain, fuck Argentina. Just fucking make the islands totally libertarian and everything will run on crypto, right? I'll be able to build nuclear reactors in my fucking living room, right? That's what they should do. President Milei said if that territory is now in the hands of the UK, he has a right to do that. I don't see that as a provocation. That seems like a significant remark, as past leaders and many Argentines have always refused to accept the islands were British. In 2013, when Lord Cameron was Prime Minister, islanders voted in favour of remaining a UK overseas territory, and I believe that one was overwhelming as well. President Milei said he wanted the islands to become Argentine within the framework of peace. We are not going to relinquish our sovereignty, nor are we going to seek conflict with the United Kingdom, he said. He refused to put a time frame on this, saying it's going to take time. It would involve a long-term negotiation. Now, it shouldn't be a long-term negotiation with Britain or with anybody else. Talk to the people on the islands. It's their land, their islands. They live there. You could say their blood is mixed with the soil even, but basically... But basically, they're the people you need to ask. And if you say, do you want to be part of Argentina? And they go, no, then walk away. They've refused. It's their rights, their property, their land, their people. They get to decide their own path, right? So, yeah, I mean, you can try and convince them. You can keep trying to convince them, and they've got the right to keep telling you to fuck off. Maybe one day you'll convince them, who fucking knows, right? But... if they want to listen to you, then they can listen. It's up to them. When asked why the UK would agree to this, he told the BBC, they might not want to negotiate today. At some point, they might want to. Many positions have changed over time. He denied it was not a priority of his, but when pushed, admitted, of course, it could take decades, referencing the handover of Hong Kong from the UK to China in 1997. His rhetoric is notably tamer than his left-wing predecessor, Alberto Fernandez, who called the islands stolen land and the UK's claim on them disgusting. How did Argentina form as a country again? How did Argentina? What happened again? What? Oh no, what happened? How did people like go there and start massacring the tribes? I'm just saying, how did Argentina form as a country again? President Milei's approach has surprised some, given his radical approach to other policies during his campaign. For example, campaigning with a chainsaw to symbolise his desire to slash public spending and the state, which he also defended in the interview. And that's the end of it as well. Like, again, I don't know why he's doing this. Like, as a... you know, he's meant to be a libertarian. Libertarianism is meant to be like, you do not fucking other people's shit. If there's a foreign land that's not yours, then that's a foreign land that's not yours. If there's land you don't own, you don't fucking own it. Would you like to own it? Then you can have a chat with the owners and make them an offer or something like that. I mean, to be honest, see if they... I have a foolproof way. The current population of the Falklands is only like a few hundred people. Or something like that. Just pay each of them 10 million and say vote this way in the referendum. For 10 million quid, though, that place will turn into the Caymans. Right? That'll be a very, very posh island. I mean, it'll be like fucking 300 quid for a bottle of water and all that type of stuff. But, you know, they don't know that. They don't understand economics like we do, right? So before they realise they're about to get Mansa Musid, right? Just offer each of them 10 million. Right? I mean, that'll probably work out as a few hundred million, like, for the islands, and then there you are. They'll vote in the referendum, and it becomes part of Argentina. Boom. There you are. I fixed it for you. But the point is, you're not supposed to interfere in property that's not yours, right? You can offer, you know, to buy someone's property from them or get them to gift it to you of their own free will, but if that person says no, then tough shit. If the islanders have says, no, we don't want to be part of Argentina, then fucking that's it. You leave them to it. Like, that's the thing, is that they're purely desperate for those islands to be, like, under Argentine hands, but then the people that actually live there are like, we're not Argentinians. We're fucking British and we want to be part of Britain. You can't basically, to then go in there and try and take that over, that makes you a dirty coloniser. Ooh. And then it really would be stolen land. But anyway, Argies, I love you all dearly, but drop it.